Okay, I'm going to the Forest Temple. At the bottom of the screen is your notice for when I finish this dungeon. I know some people don't like the dungeons. You know, I've heard complaints that the dungeons are basically solve the puzzle in this room, move on to the next one, solve the puzzle in this room, move on to the next one, over and over for 20 or so rooms. I don't know, personally I like the dungeons. This dungeon in particular is kind of tricky, so I'll be talking more about that later on in this video. Sometimes the dungeons do have interesting things in them. The Jabu Jabu Belly dungeon, it was nice because you had Princess Ruto inside the Jabu Jabu's belly dungeon. So it wasn't all just dungeon solving, you got to meet characters and have fun inside that dungeon. Nothing like that's going to happen in this dungeon, however. This dungeon is basically just straightforward puzzle solving. That sounds like a gold skulltula. This dungeon is also kind of long, if I recall correctly. It took me about 21 minutes to get to the dungeon from the Temple of Time. And that's mainly because I did the optional side quest at Lon Lon's Ranch. And I think it's going to take at least half an hour to get through this dungeon. So, you know, there's a lot more dungeon than there is fun stuff to do outside of the dungeon. At least at the beginning, when you're Adult Link. Same thing's going to happen at the end of this dungeon. It's just going to be like a quick 10 minutes before you get to start dungeon number 2. Not a real whole lot you can do. And this is the main idea behind the dungeon. We have these 4 Poes. You'll notice they took the lights. We're gonna have to defeat all 4 of them and get the lights back. You know, get the lights back on in the main room. And first you want to go north. Go through the north exit of the main room. This enemy is a blue bubble. You don't have to destroy it, just use your hook shot to freeze it in place. And here we have some Stalfos. Just like the Wolfos we met earlier on, actually at the start of this video. And just like the Lizal foes and Dynol foes, they're basically just enemies that circle around you and attack with their sort of spear sword. These ones are kind of the hardest though. A lot of hits that should land don't count, and a lot of hits that shouldn't count do count. I don't know, I still don't have the controls ready. Still not used to the controls. Got myself a fairy. Yes, that's right, it is a Stalfos. Alright. Yeah, the foes enemies are all enemies with some sort of shield that can protect from your attacks. I think that's why they're all called foes. Okay, let's get the key inside this room. Now this is the annoying thing about this dungeon, is it's very, very picky about the order you can go through the dungeon. You can only do it in a particular order. You have to use 3 keys pretty much right in a row. Now in this room you'll notice we have exits. We can go to the left, we can go to the right, we can go to the upper left, we can go to the upper right. If you try to go to the right exit, or is this the left, I'm not sure, you can't go there. And you might think, hey, I have to go to the other exit, the left exit to this room. Nope, 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 nope. The left exit to the room is the area where you need to use 3 keys in a row. What you have to do is go to the upper left room through the Song of Time and get yourself a key. Have to kind of do a long sidetrack sequence just to get that key. Because you need 3 keys in order to get through this area. Alright. What the? Oh, bad controls. You saw I Z-targeted the enemy and then tried to use my hook shot, but the game thought I was trying to use my hook shot on the vines to climb up to them. Yeah. This is actually somewhat tricky. Because this, well, you can destroy the first 2 Skulltulas with the hook shot, but this one up here, try to Z-target it, and Navi goes away. It's too far for your hook shot to reach. So basically, you just have to use really, really good timing in order to sneak past this one, because you can't destroy it. It's too far up on the wall. Wait for it to be facing to the left, I think. We'll see if this works. Alright, it works. Kill the blue bubble, and you get yourself the dungeon map. Well, the dungeon map is all nice and good, but we really need that key. I've got 2 minutes left. I'm sure I can find the key. Rather than cut the enemy with the sword, I'm just going to hit it with the hook shot. Okay, now this is a hook shot target. You want to hook shot to it. Now let's kill the Skulltula. Alright, let's try this again. This is a hook shot target, and let me try climbing up. Hook shot, target. Wow, I cannot aim at this thing. Use the hook shot on the target in order to pull yourself towards the target. Step on the switch, which gets rid of the water. And actually, over here is a fancy area which I believe you can't reach. It's got a gold Skulltula on the wall there. I think you might have to wait until you get the long shot. That's the upgraded version of the hook shot. You'll get that in the water temple. I think we're gonna have to wait until we get that before we can actually go to that area and get that gold Skulltula. Ooh, that looked painful. And unless I'm mistaken, we have the key right here in this sewer area. The sewer area which connects those 2 little side rooms. That is the upper left room and the upper right room going off of the main room. Cool. Now I'll go back to the main room and show you the area where you have to use all 3 of those keys pretty much straight in a row.